So come on this journey with me. My question was pretty simple. Can I use my Milwaukee M18 Table Saw with a Dado Stack? So I did some Googling, and it turns out you could. Plenty of forums, as you can see here, say, yes, of course you can, but you are limited to a 6-inch one for safety reasons, and it has to have the 5/8 arbor. Brilliant, I thought. It even went further. You could buy a genuine Milwaukee throat plate to go with said Dado Stack and put that onto your table saw, therefore having safe cutting. All of this was very encouraging, so I went out. Well, actually I didn't go out, I just stayed at home, and I purchased through the good folks at Amazon this Ocean 6-inch Dado stack, 6-inch stack Dado set that basically had loads of great reviews saying it's a fabulous piece of kit and it's about £100. So I thought, fabulous. Couldn't find a throat plate for sale in the UK, but wasn't too bothered about that because figured they're easy enough to make. They're just using some plywood or maybe even cast it with some resin. So I wasn't so much concerned about that. Anyway, this has landed. So this came, I'm not going to do an unboxing because there's very little point. So this came, and it became apparent that there was an obvious issue why this does not fit in the table saw, and this is what I want to go through. So what you can see from the video that I've done a screenshot from here, and I'll put a link in the description below, this is somebody in America or somewhere fitting a Dado Stack to their Milwaukee table saw. The situation I wanted to be in. What you can see from this video is, and I don't know the sort of standard thread technical side of the thread, so I don't know if it's metric or imperial or a US thread or whatever, but forget that. What you can clearly see is that there is a long arbor, perfect enough to be able to take the Dado Stack. Now I paused the video, as you can see here, and I counted the threads, and there are 17. Looking at this one here, there are roughly 7 or 8. So really only half the threads needed. Now, on to a couple of other important points. What you will also see from that video, the Dado sits directly onto the arbor and then is clamped by the thread and the washer, okay, thusly. In the UK, that's different. So in the UK, our hole is bigger here, and this one, as you can see, is 30mm, and it sits onto a collar that goes around there. Now, that makes things even more restrictive, because when you take the width of the nut as well as the width of the washer, then you are left with very, very little space, 3mm in fact, to accommodate any kind of Dado, which of course is useless, completely meaningless. So the only solution, and this is by no means actually a solution, but the only possible solution would be the complete replacement of the arbor and the shaft where the bearings will sit and attach to the motor. That's the only way that you would be able to accommodate it. Now, I don't know why the UK and the US have a different standard. I can understand if they have a different thread standard. If you're taking them into a different country, it would just confuse people for spare parts maybe, because we're metric in the UK. So I can understand that. What I can't understand is why you wouldn't also offer the, let's say, the 17 sort of thread length arbor in order to accommodate a Dado. But it does explain finally and without any ambiguity why these throat plates and arbor sets are not sold in the UK. So if you are like me and have an ambition to use this table for any kind of dadoing, then sadly we are stuffed. So unfortunately, this wonderful Oshlun set is going to have to be returned back to Amazon, and my hopes and dreams are completely squashed. I'll have to go back to just using the router as I have done before. So I hope this video was not necessarily useful, because I think you're probably not going to want to hear the answers, but I hope that it avoids any kind of doubt for you as to whether or not your table saw is fit for purpose on the old Dado frontage. Anyway, take care. I'll see you in the next video.